series Bahubali Crown of Blood. And with that, I'll move forward to Sharad Devarajan Garu. With the recent success of The Legend of Hanuman and the upcoming Bahubali Crown of Blood, both championed by Sharad Devarajan Garu, it seems like animation in India is really taking off. So how do you feel about this animation boom, especially with the backing of Disney plus Hotstar? And what was it like bringing the grand world of Bahubali to life in animation, working alongside the visionary director S.S. RajaMouli garu?
It turned out.
We are truly honored, sir, and we are
in India to develop, and this is for them, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to resonate.
My point is, when you made Bahubali, you were sure enough or shrewd enough. You have cut the film into two parts with a brilliant climax for the first part. That is where you could really balance the interest or that gripping moment in the film. What my question is, that has really geared up the interest for the second part, right? So what my point is, will really this kind of animation work will really repeat that magic of gripping intensity?
Exactly. And see, audience though elaga react avutadannadi exactly we can never tell.
Okay.
But we are still thinking in terms of our film glasses. We are still talking about two parts. First part, there is a cliffhanger ending, Vaikatappa killed Bahubali, that geared up the second part, and there is this kind of action sequences, this is the songs. We are still talking in terms of putting our film glasses on watching. I am talking from the animation point of view. Animation doesn't work like that. If there is no one part or second part. No, there is a season that comes and people watch it as a season. Definitely there will be a cliffhanger ending for the season. And even if we choose in 2 episodes, the ending, I don't know whether we can talk that about it now. Just bringing Katappa and Bahubali face to face each other in an arena is a brilliant thought. For the people who love the animation storytelling, that's a brilliant thought. Of course, they can watch the episode 3 immediately, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to get a much more compelling cliffhanger ending at the season episode 9.
Shobhudar. Yes, sir. So for the climax, please watch 17th May on Disney.
Probably that's how they did it. Yeah, first question was okay. The voices exactly the same way, same and Indra Chepnatu. We have for a franchise to continue beyond us. మన తర్వాత కూడా అవి ముందుకెళ్ళాలంటే మన ఈగోని మన ప్రేమని రెండింటిని కూడా కొంచెం పక్కకి వెనక్కి లాక్కొని వీ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ క్రియేటర్స్. సో దట్స్ అ కాన్షియస్ డెసిషన్ టు డూ దాట్, టు గివ్ ద వాయిసెస్, ద డైరెక్షన్, ద స్టోరీ రైటింగ్ ఫర్ అదర్స్, టు ఫీల్ ద soul of the film, but not take anything from it, but just carry it forward. That is the reason.
Sir, sir, I have one question, one compliment, one complaint, and one question. Let me start with my compliment. Telugu jati ఒకటి ఉందని చెప్పిన వాడు నందమూరి తారక రామారావు గారు అయితే తెలుగు సినిమా ఒకటి ఉందని ప్రపంచానికి చెప్పిన వ్యక్తిగా రాజమౌళి గారు ఈజ్ నౌ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. సెకండ్ దానికి
ఫస్ట్ దానికి సింపుల్ థ్యాంక్స్ అని చెప్పండి సార్.
సెకండ్
కొంచెం చెప్పండి.
సెకండ్ దానికి ఐ వాజ్ గివెన్ టైం at 5:30.
సార్ ఇట్స్ ఎన్ ఎమోషన్. అంటే దాదాపు 9 yearsగా మేము ఫీల్ అవుతున్న ఒక ఎమోషన్. ఇట్స్ అవర్ ప్రైడ్ అనమాట. యాక్చువల్గా ఇండియా పాకిస్తాన్ క్రికెట్ మ్యాచ్ వస్తే 6 గంటలు దానికోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తాం. బాహుబలి 1 and 2 వేస్తే మళ్ళీ 6 గంటలు చూస్తాం. ఈ రెండింటికి మేము 6 గంటలు అనేది చూస్తాం. మిగతా దేనికి కూడా టీవీ ముందు 6 గంటలు కూర్చోవడం అనేది ఇంపాసిబుల్. అయితే మాకు 9 సంవత్సరాలు కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది ఏంటంటే ప్రతి క్యారెక్టర్ వాళ్ళ వాయిస్ ఇవి బాగా ఇదైపోయినాయి. ఈ సిరీస్లో మేము అబ్జర్వ్ చేసింది ఏంటంటే సార్, హానెస్ట్గా చెప్తున్నాను, మిగతా క్యారెక్టర్స్ అనేవి ఓకే, కానీ మెయిన్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అయిన కట్టప్ప అండ్ బాహుబలి ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళని మాత్రం కొంచెం ఫేస్ కట్స్ కూడా కొంచెం డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసినట్టు అనిపించింది సార్. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే ఆ బాహుబలి క్యారెక్టర్లో మీకు బాగా ఇష్టమైన ధోని గారి పోలికతో అనిపించింది. అది కావాలని చేస్తారా, ఇంటెన్షనల్గా చేస్తారా, ఎలా జరిగింది సార్?
Intention ఏం లేదండి.
That inculcated the thought that we could do something like this for Bahubali Crown of Blood.
Not the entire characters, but we please. Not the entire characters, but we knew where we can expand the stories. We have, see, this is not exactly a prequel. This happens right in the middle of the film. Right in the middle of film where we had a chance where we can split the story into two and insert sequences of stories where they can continue and constantly you'll be reminded of what happened in the story that you know of. And this will generate the interest that is going on the present film. Of course, we didn't create the entire story, but we created spaces. We know where there were spaces where we could expand upon. All those things we discussed with Sharad before starting. We talked about prequels, we talked about in between where we can expand the story, we talked about post Bahubali what can happen, we talked about different scenarios and picked up the best of.
Correct. I am a huge fan of animation films, especially Disney films like Let It Be, The Lion King, Aladdin, all those films that came in the 80s and 90s, which is the time that I watched animation films. And I remember watching those films with halls full of audience cheering, clapping, laughing, enjoying it like any other mass masala movie that we watch. So I think the audience are there for animation films. It is just that the inability of us, the filmmakers, to come out with good animation content, and also the ability to make this connection. If you have seen Magadira, how the connection happens between Kajal and Ramcharan, right? That magical connection has to happen. It hasn't come closer. The moment it comes, I think it is like a floodgates that open, and there will be like tons and tons of content that will be created and devoured, I would say, I use the word, by the audiences. I think the audience are there. I think the intent is there. I think it is just that one magical connection that needs to happen. And I'm hoping they started. Many people will be surprised to know with Disney Hotstar having so much of content, variety of content.
Very difficult decision for me to break myself from Bahubali and give it to Sharad and say, please take it forward from there. It's a very hard decision. Initially, I thought I wouldn't let him do anything with it without my consent. Then gradually I realized I have to let go. But before letting go, I took them through the process of how we made Bahubali. What are the characters, what are the conflicts, and if you have to take it out, you write any story you want, you create any characters that you want to. But there is a soul of Bahubali that resonated with the Indian audience or audience. Well, it's a lot of thought that went behind in creating the Crown of Blood. Initially, when we started building the world of Bahubali for the films, as we started writing the pre-stories, the post-stories, the character arcs from beginning to the end, we realized there is so much more to be given to the audience in terms of the characters and the stories. In the West, there is audiences like the way I see there's a fans, or there are audience who want to watch animation and then watch films. There are audience who want to play games and then come into the world of Bahubali. There are multiple ways in which you can come into the world of Bahubali, and we felt you should explore all of these multiple avenues. And we still continue to, and this is one of those avenues, and we look forward and we see multiple other avenues going forward around the world of Bahubali. And and so we had the great opportunity to be associated with Sharad, who has tremendous experience in the world of graphic novels, animation, and going way back, and one of the early pioneers in that space. So we, like you said, we wanted to collaborate with like-minded, but also people who kind of understand the world and take the world with as much pride and love that we have for it. And we found Sharad in that. And through Sharad, we were able to find Hotstar, Gaurav and a team in Hotstar, Disney Plus Hotstar, to come on board. And I think it's a wonderful.
I think all your answer can't start before I thank you, RajaMouli sir, for for making me the voice of Bahubali, as you know. And my life's changed completely after the film released. And I'm shivering because I'm sitting with S.S. RajaMouli sir. I never shared a stage with him, so it's a great pleasure, first of all. Bahubali is a boy from a small town being a stammerer and becomes the voice of Bahubali. It's a big journey for me. And